Welcome to Juicy Cars. My name is Eric and today we're going to take a city POV test drive in this 2022 Kia Carnival SX. In this POV test drive we're going to take a look at the interior, the exterior, and we're going to drive it. Obviously that's the main focus because in the city we can kind of test how smooth the drivetrain is, the engine and the transmission, and how nice it is to drive. Well, you see all the stats on your right hand side, but these POV drives are really just meant to give you a bit of an impression of how it is to drive this out of the first person. If you want to have more in-depth thoughts, all my in-depth thoughts about this Kia Carnival, and if it's good and if you should buy it or if you should maybe go with competition, make sure to check out my full review in the top right hand corner. But with that being said, let's take a quick look at the trunk here with the third row up. And you can see even with all three rows we still have plenty of room. Don't mind these, I just cleaned the car a little bit. They just needs to dry, all my equipment, and then you see there's still plenty of space in here. But this SX has a way more interesting feature, which are the lounge seats. Of course this is electronic, and there we go. Would you look at that? Let's just quickly test them. We'll go in here, of course the seat all the way forward, we can close the door, and now we can just relax. Ideally, of course, you would take your shoes off, but we got even heated and cooled seats. We have our 8-track controls up here, and you can just relax. I kind of envy kids who get to sit in this on long drives. I'm not gonna lie. Anyhow, I would say we go hop on in and drive it in the driver's seat. Of course, we can also control this from the remote here, the key. But yeah, let's go driving. Start her up. Okay. We're going to start off in the regular driving mode. We're probably going to stay in that for the most part. We do have different layouts for the gauge cluster we can use, but we do that in the night POV drive, so I don't know if we'll switch to it today. Perhaps, maybe under circumstances, we might. Of course, one more thing we're going to do is also a quick acceleration run, but as we're in the city, we're not going to accelerate much. If you want to have a proper acceleration run, we do that in the full review, of course. We kind of do all the important stuff and go in depth on the interior, go in depth on the exterior and in the driving experience. And like I said, see how the value it is and kind of compare it to other offerings in the market. What's really neat here is we got our camera. So as you can see, we got a blind spot monitor camera right there showing us what's happening to our left. And it's a really, really good camera because essentially we got that tree all the way to the back and also on the right hand side, so we pretty much have everything from the B pillar to the back, which is really nice. So you really don't have to like look over your shoulder in this car. You can just make sure nobody's directly to your right, and while you're doing that you can look in your mirror and then you can use the camera, which is pretty neat, but I'm not gonna lie, it takes a bit of a while to get used to doing that, right? Because well, you've been doing it for years, and now suddenly you're not looking over your shoulder anymore. And of course you could do it too, but then why use the camera? That would be very redundant in the end. What I can quickly do here is that menu, setup, vehicle, cluster, select theme, select drive mode, wonderful. So we can see how the drive mode and the cluster changes once you put it into sport mode for the quick acceleration run we're about to do. Of course, ideally you would go for like a digital speedometer here in the middle, probably the most useful instead of having our lane assist gauge here, but I mostly drove in the other mode, so I'll use that. Anyhow, drive mode down here, put it into sport. You have the right of way, my man. Thank you. But that's perfect actually, because that means we can go slow and accelerate. Bit of torque steer there, and we're already at the speed limit. Like I said, it's in the city, we can't go that fast. But honestly, still accelerates pretty quickly, even though it's just front wheel drive. You can downshift though. We can shift ourselves, so let's downshift it manually. And yeah, front wheel drive, 3.5 liter naturally aspirated V6, made it to an 8-speed automatic, 290 horsepower and 260, 70-ish pound-feet of torque. I think 262 or something. You saw it in the beginning. But let's go back into the regular driving mode and keep cruising in that one. During these POV drives, I not only want to give you the chance to see how it is to drive with the first person, I also want to give you a chance to listen to it. So I'll just be quiet for a couple of seconds, maybe a minute, so you can kind of gauge how it is to drive it when you're in the driver's seat. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. 1 second. I just have to quickly avoid us waiting here for a minute. Thank you. Now I'll be quiet. Passing the world's most faded stop sign. Yeah, this is going to be a completely different route today. 100% different. We'll see where we end up. But there's a bunch of traffic and roadworks, which would leave us there we go, waiting for like 2 minutes or so, and I'm just not down for that today. I'm just absolutely not down for that. While I'm talking again, I might just use that to direct your attention towards the fact that we have more than just one POV test drive. We do 3 with every single car. So today, of course, is the city POV test drive, but we have 2 more. One's a night POV test drive where we do a full proper launch, and we test the high beams and the automatic high beam assist and the headlights, just to see how it performs at night. And we also have a highway POV drive where we, under circumstances, always depends on the weather and the traffic, we might test the handling capabilities, but much more important is we test all the driving assists, like the adaptive cruise control and the lane keep assist, and of course, in the case of a Hyundai Kia Genesis product, also the highway driving assist, which is a very cool system if you don't know about that. A system that I think is one that might sway your opinion. You know, if it's close between like in this case a Kia Carnival and maybe, I don't know, Chrysler Pacifica, and you're like, I don't know which one you choose. That's one of the features that could sway me one direction over another. So yeah, I highly suggest checking that out. We're gonna end up somewhere else. I'm not gonna drive the regular route. We're gonna do the short route essentially, because I just want to make sure we end up at our destination in a time that's somewhat reasonable. I want to keep these videos short, right? Short and concise. So it's interesting because, you know, I have all these POV videos are like 20 minutes each. Nobody's going to watch all of them. So just like a quick little POV doses, I guess. All right. Let's take a brief look at our parking cameras while we're at it. Creep forward a little. And we got a 360 and we got our front. I don't know if we can access our rear right here, but we of course also have our cameras for the wheels, and they're very high quality, high frame rate, very good cameras. I like them a lot. Always an important thing. I mean, to be fair, like, high quality cameras aren't the most important thing, as long as you can somewhat see where you're going. It's really all you need. But I always appreciate when they're high quality because you just make it a little easier, and it's always nicer to look at if it's a very clear picture compared to like a blurry mess. And it's just like, I love the design. Like, look at the design. It's just like this neon purpley theme, purple blue theme. It's pretty cool. Oh, and also we have the passenger view. I haven't shown you that yet. So if you have kids in the back, you know, they want to make sure nobody's doing any shenanigans, you just have a camera up there, which shows you the kids. So you can do that, and then you can activate passenger talk, which, well, you won't really notice anything right now, but if I were to do it, let's actually do it, just to do it. So now, technically, passengers in the back could hear me more easily because my voice is being projected through the speaker system, and they can talk back to me as far as I know. So it's pretty cool. So if you like, stop hitting your brother, or I'll drive us next, I don't know, I won't drive us to McDonald's. Well, there you go. You could do that. It's pretty neat. Clearly a car meant for families. All right. Coming up at our destination, the short road destination. Nothing better than a parking lot in a small mall. What would you classify this as? I'm starting to ask weird questions again. Let's just not go there. Anyway, we're just gonna park her up here and take one last look at the exterior. There we go. Come out of that one. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked it, and of course, if you liked it, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell. Do we get a melody now? This is so extra. And it's so funny when you come home at like 1 in the morning and you parked in like your residential area, and then it's just like blasting this music, and it's like, hello, I'm here. It's kind of funny, but I kind of like it. Anyhow, thank you so much for watching. Hope you liked it, and yeah, we upload reviews every single Friday or Saturday sometimes at 11 a.m. So we got reviews every week, and we got POV drives coming every week. So yeah, if you like cars and trucks, make sure to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you liked it, and hope I'll see you in the next one. Thank you, and goodbye.